Hi family, I'm Jordan Thorpe and this is Jordan's Journey YouTube channel, your #1 resource to help you grow in faith. If you're new, welcome. If you're already subscribed to the family, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. And today, family, I wanted to talk to you in regards to overcoming your inadequacies. Overcoming your inadequacies and learning to become weak so that God can be strong in your life. Learning to become weak for God. And a lot of times, we don't like to talk about our weaknesses, right? Or they force us to face our insecurities, especially when God is calling you into purpose. One thing about purpose, when you're doing purpose and you're following God, it will bring out your insecurities. So if you're feeling insecure about something that God is calling you to, that is a great sign that that is your purpose, because your purpose is supposed to stretch you. It's supposed to force you to face things that you would not have normally had to face if you weren't doing purpose. Okay? But at the same time, as sometimes we can feel insecure or inadequate or unworthy or not confident in what God is calling us to do, at the same time, God always prepares us. The level that we're on currently always prepares us for the next level. God will not send his children anywhere unprepared. Okay? So there's a balance between you're ready for this, but at the same time, there's some things you have to overcome, especially when you're doing purpose and you're following God. And so today I wanted to talk to you about facing those inadequacies, okay? So let's talk about Moses. I'm going to be reading from Exodus 4:10-12. And it says, Moses replied, I have never been a good speaker. I wasn't one before you spoke to me, and I'm not one now. I am slow at speaking, and I can never think of what to say. But the Lord answered, who makes people able to speak, or makes them deaf or unable to speak? Who gives them sight or makes them blind? Don't you know that I am the one who does these things? Now go. When you speak, I will be with you and give you the words to say. So this is God talking to Moses, and God is telling Moses about his mission and what he needs him to do, okay? Moses ran away from his hometown. He was in a new city, Marion. He was married, and then God shows up and says, listen, I need you to go back to Egypt and free your people. And God's saying, I'm gonna need you to speak. And Moses replied, I have never been a good speaker. I wasn't one before you spoke to me, and I'm not one now. And that's the thing. God is calling you to do something that you've never been good at. He's calling you to do something that you think that you've never been good at, okay? Because when you are weak, God is strong. It allows God to show up. He said, who makes people able to speak, or makes them deaf, or makes them sight, or makes them blind? God said, I'm the one who makes you even able to speak, okay? So God is calling you to do things that you're feeling like you're not good at, but that's good. He's calling you out on your weaknesses because he wants to show up strong in you. It gives him room to be able to show up strong in your life. In Joshua 1:9, it says, have I not commanded you to be strong and courageous? Do not be afraid and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go, okay? 2 Corinthians 12:9-11. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses and insults and hardships and persecutions and difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong, right? So God is saying, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness. So God's power is made perfect in your weakness. So God's saying, get weak. get weak so he can show up strong. He's not looking for perfect Patty. He's not asking you to be perfect. He's not asking you to have it all together. Because if you had it all together, you wouldn't need him, right? If we thought we just had it all together. No, God's saying, yes, I know I called you to the exact thing that you thought you were incapable of doing. But God said, when you partner with me, I'm going to show you that nothing is impossible for me. Nothing is impossible for me. So I need you to get weak. I need you to get weak in that certain area. Rejoice in your weaknesses. Rejoice in the things that you think you're not good at, and rejoice to the fact that God is calling you to that so he can show up strong. His power can show up strong when you get weak. You're making room. When you embrace those weaknesses, you're making room for God to move on behalf of you and show up strong, powerful, and mighty in your life, in the exact thing that God is calling you to do. God is saying get weak, and we have to learn how to get weak for God and embrace our weaknesses, not run from them, not hide from them, because the purpose that God has for you is going to force you to embrace those exact things that you're running away from. Okay, so God is saying get weak for him, for when you are weak, he can show up strong. Okay, that's all I have for now. God loves you so much. If you need a one-on-one coaching session, all the information is in the description box below. God loves you so much, and so do I. Bye.